Hello, once again, Troy White from Hoodoo Financial. I'm bringing to you some financial planning questions. Today's question: what would happen to you if you were to lose your job tomorrow and you couldn't become employed again quickly? And how can you improve your plan to combat that situation? Because we know that situation happens. It happened to you before. You remember the last time you lost your job under whatever circumstances, the next day, you remember that feeling like, oh, now what am I going to do? And hopefully you were able to find employment fairly soon. But if any of you are out there that are like me, you have experienced a circumstance where you've lost your job and been unable to find employment again quickly, you'll know that you needed to have a plan. And I'll tell you a story. It'll take too long though. But what happened to me during the recession that we just made it through, man, killed me. And I had a plan so that I don't stumble. Ran through that plan. And I had a backup plan if I do stumble. Crushed that plan. Hey, I always got a plan after a plan after a plan after a plan. But I had to devise one out of nothing because it broke me. Period. So that's just some little bit of insight. It happens to the best of us for sure. What would happen to you if you were to lose your job tomorrow and couldn't become employed quickly? And how can you improve on your plan to combat that? So that's like kind of three questions. If I were to lose my job tomorrow, that's one problem. And then if I couldn't become employed again quickly, that's another problem. And how can I improve the plan? So it's so many things that's hitting my mind right now. I'm gonna make some notes so I won't forget them all. I'm gonna talk about entrepreneurism, and I want to talk about there's a special account that black people have. It's a black people's unemployment fund. And I'm going to talk about that right now, because you know damn well ain't no special black people unemployment fund. But we got one, and it's called your 401k. So every time when we lose our job or we leave our job for whatever reason, that 401k, give me that. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. How many of y'all done did that? And I'm going to tell you, I've had to do that before, and I didn't want to do it. And I know that you're not supposed to do that. And I had to do it, so I know damn sure you have. Because I know it was even a time when I didn't know that's what that was for. And I didn't even understand quite what is a 401k and all these retirement accounts and things. Fortunately, I had someone on the inside, an ex-girlfriend who worked in the HR department, and she was like, "Nope, don't cash this one out. Keep this one. Take that one. Don't do this. Do that." So that was helpful. But let's break those down. What would happen if you were to lose your job tomorrow? So that dovetails on some of the other things that I constantly talk about is a rainy day fund and an emergency fund. So a rainy day fund, emergency fund, first off you need $1,000 saved in an emergency fund. A rainy day fund I'm calling it a little bit expanded beyond an emergency fund. A rainy day fund, you should have 3 months worth of your monthly mandatory expenses saved. to the side. So all the things you have to pay every month, regardless of the fact of what's what, you have to pay this. You need room and board, you need food, you need, whatever those needs are that you can identify that are mandatory for your life to exist and your family to function in a reasonable state of affairs, then those are your mandatory expenses, non-discretionary expenses. So first off, we need 3 months of those expenses saved up and put to the side. Second off, we need 6 months of those expenses saved up and put to the side.